Okay, so I'm recording today this short video, which is aimed mostly for NetMake developers. Just want to bring to your attention and also to the attention of new users who just purchased a license or just started using Scriptcase about some issues that remained unchanged and unfixed for a long time. And this is something that you guys at NetMake really need to address, because I requested that number of times to for you to fix it. So let me start and show you from the first thing. I have this project open, which is not really a big project, but it doesn't really matter what's in it. The main thing is that when I go to the project properties, as you see here, and then I go to the themes, and I want to add some theme to the project or maybe change it or whatever. I can scroll down here, and if I start scrolling here, I get to the point where it says public. Now from that point here all the way down, these are themes that I have not created. I'm sorry, there may be one or two that I created, but most of that is just a garbage from other users, or I don't know where they come from, but it's there. So look at my slider here. My slider is barely on the like maybe 20% or so. So all that 80% of that all the way down is just trash. And I asked a number of times how to remove this, and it's still there. I don't know where if the new installation still have it, but I'm not really interested in removing everything and reinstalling Scriptcase from scratch, because then I would have to import my projects and libraries and other stuff. So that's a big job. So I need a simple button here that will allow me to delete it, highlight it and delete it, or you need to put simple steps on your website and verify them and tell me how can I remove it. I was told by one of the reps that you cannot, I cannot just simply go and delete the folders and files, because it can cause all kind of problems. So as you see, when I scroll here, there's tons and tons and tons of crap that it just clutters my space, clutters my hard drive, and makes things harder to find, especially that there is no search, any kind of search on this screen. So that's first thing. Let's go to the next one. So I'm gonna go to the let's see, to the libraries, external libraries that present the same issue, because there are libraries here that I didn't put. I didn't save them, I didn't import them. Somehow they show up here. I don't know, maybe something just came along with another like testing project that I downloaded somewhere or something like that. I doubt it, but at least looks like here I can delete it. So this is a little bit less of a problem, but you need to take care of that and remove all that stuff that doesn't originally supposed to come with the product. Now let's go to the next part, which is layout and locales and languages. When we go to languages, here you'll see even if I go to any of those defaults sections here, let's click on security, for example. And as you see, I'm using 4K monitor, so half of that screen to the right here is completely empty. There is also lots of room to the left from that column that says English, although for some unknown to reason, and for me it's stupid reason, if there is one, all these fields here are so tiny short. So whenever I need to go to that field, for example here, I have to scroll, then I go to the next one. If I want to read the whole thing, I need to scroll, and I go to the next one, and again I have to scroll. Why do I have to scroll every single field while there is so much room everywhere on the screen? This same problem just remains throughout the whole IDE. Few minor places were fixed and corrected with the size of those fields, but I would say probably like 80% is still remaining unchanged, and that drives me nuts because it just puts I have to put more job, more clicking, more scrolling, more guessing, and it's very super inconvenient. As you see, even if I go and resize my browser window to about size like this. This is about 1040, I'm sorry, 1024 by I think 800 or something like that. There is still tons of room on the right. So this should be pretty simple fix, but I don't know what agenda you guys have that you still keep those fields so short, and that's everywhere. If I let me go, for example, to the settings here, and if I get to let me go to folders, for example, you see that again the same thing. There's plenty of room, and this field is short enough that I cannot read it. And the next one is short enough that I cannot read it, and it's like everywhere like this. So this definitely has to be fixed because makes people irritating. Whenever wherever those fields are, let me give you another example, and this is probably the most irritating because I use it a lot. So let me go back to my application. Let's pick just anything, even like any from the security apps. Okay, edit user is fine. And when I go to this, let me just put a full screen so it's easier to read. And if I go to applications, then I go to the where is it, settings, I believe. I want to find out where is my where is this app located? What's the path? Look at this. It just shows me barely, not even half of that line. I understand some of the path in some cases, some of the folders and those paths in Windows can be really long. So at least I should be able to move my mouse over, hover over that field and see the full folder name. But the best would be just to resize it. Why keep it so short? And everything here is so short. Look at this field here. It's also everything is truncated, and wherever I go, all these places, everything is too short, too small. So this is like some kind of, I don't know how to call it, like a disease that I'm assuming this is probably coming from the old, Windows 3.1 era where people were using 8 by 600 resolution, but this was like what 25 or so years ago. So come on, guys, don't. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, and I hope I'm clear about the need to do some changes here. All right, and final thing is for today that I have, and I don't know if anybody else has experienced this. This is just simply related to bugs in the IDE, and there are other bugs as well, but I want to right now point to something here, which is buttons. When I go to that screen, for some reason, unknown to me, nothing shows up here. And you see I cannot click on the links, I cannot do anything. If I go to the different theme, any that I choose here, no changes, nothing. So I requested help on that, but the replies that I get from NetMake, from the support, were just complete garbage because I could not understand what these people talking about. And another thing is when I'm getting those replies from NetMake, the I would say probably 50 percent of the time they are not signed. So I don't know what I'm talking about. When I send the messages to you, I always put my first last name. Why can't you do the same? I'm receiving emails that says support team, and I don't know who did I talk to, and who can I refer to if needed. And if somebody screws something, we don't even know who was the guy. So this is totally unprofessional, and you guys need to really change it. And when you reply to the users, you have to put your name on it. And if you don't want to use the name, you want to hide your name, then use some kind of ID or something that we can refer to the person. That's so obvious because we are developers and we also have to support our customers. So if I would call my customer for some reason and tell him, hey, this is Mr. Nobody or unknown, they will be totally pissed off, and I am too. So that's another thing, and I'm expecting some help about these buttons because, like I said, I don't want to just go and reinstall the whole system, the whole Scriptcase on my computer. I mean, if this is last resort, I'll do it, but I'm hoping that there is some other way to fix it because I didn't do anything specific, and for some reason, just one day it just disappeared. So for things like that, you guys need to also provide some better support. And like I said, my final thought is that instead of adding features like colors and I don't know, extra fonts and gadgets and buttons, I would really want and prefer the issues and the problems with the product fixed, because some of them remained for several years unfixed despite many people, many users request those fixes. And here, let me show you the proof here. When we go to, I'm going to open that Scriptcase Facebook group, and if you look at that group, in that group here on the top, there's a simple survey that I created some time ago, and as you see, number one issue that most developers want to improve is was the bugs. So let me see. Here's the oh, actually it has changed a little bit, I see, because where's the box? Well, I don't see it for some reason. Maybe it just got removed or something accidentally. But anyway, data synchronization. That's what people want. WordPress, they want. They want integration with Google Drive. In payment gateways, you see CMS systems, Joomla WordPress, cloud printing, Skype. So this is what users want, and you guys need to follow what these people here want, not what you want, because that's what's going to bring you revenue and increase sales. If you will be concentrating and playing with the little things like buttons, I'm not saying that's not important, but it's not the priority. So you guys need to watch your users and be in contact with users and react to their needs, not your needs. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope I didn't upset anybody too much, but those little things I hope, and I hope they will be fixed ASAP. Thank you very much for your attention. Thanks, bye.